Now we're going to talk about hand position on the clarinet. It's really important that you develop some good hand position for the clarinet that is healthy. The clarinet is very ergonomic. It's a well-designed instrument, but if you have your hands in the wrong shape, things can seem a long way away. Or if you're a little person, things can seem a long way away. If you use the right hand shape, everything should be just under your fingertips where you want it to be. Right? Now, if you don't use the right hand shape, things can seem very far and very difficult, and you can't reach them and you squeak. Squeaking often happens because you've uncovered a hole. And you can get plateau system clarinets where if you've lost some finger sensitivity or your fingers are very little, you can cover the whole of those holes more like a cup like that. They have plateau oboes, it's quite standard. You have French system, open holes, or plateau system, covered holes. The clarinet traditionally now has settled into having open holes, but it does mean you're reliant on your fingers not leaking one way or the other. So let's talk about hand position. I like to use an analogy of casting a fishing rod, tossing a fishing rod with that top joint. I grab the clarinet with a relaxed wrist shape. It's not like that, and it's not like that. You're tossing something, a stick, holding its stick, fishing rod, casting it. In that position, your thumb is at about 1 o'clock. If that's 12 o'clock, that's 1 o'clock. Not 3 o'clock. Be careful. Definitely 1 o'clock. My front fingers are lying more or less 45 degrees, if you look at that. In that shape, they can reach these keys very, very comfortably. And I'm moving my fingers from the knuckle joint back here. They're not doing any weird sort of thing from the middle of the finger or pressing backwards, bending backwards. The hand, my hand is in a cupped shape, like I could catch a ball. You can almost imagine a soft ball inside my palm. And then that nice palm has a beautifully relaxed wrist. And the fingers sit in a very snug position. I can play the G sharp. I can roll to the A, right? Not hop, roll, bump, bump the A, bump the G sharp, not hop. And in that position at the back, I can move, I can wiggle my knuckle to play. I've already covered the hole. If I press down hard, and you can see under my thumb, I've already covered the hole, and in that position, a slight bend of that knuckle will press that key open. Again, it's not shifting up and down. At 3 o'clock, there's a lot more shift going on. At 1 o'clock, it's cover the hole with the fatty part of the thumb and wiggle, 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 wiggle. It's a much quieter day on the boat today. We've got a little bit of sunshine peeping out. We've had masses of rain, lots of slopping water noises. But right now, we've got a bit of sunshine, so I'm seizing the moment. So that's the left hand. The right hand, by contrast, comes in at 90 degrees. And then with a little bit of soft wrist, you can see the fingers are just a slight angle. It's not quite like that. It's not straight, stiff fingers. I'm not bending my pinkies backwards like that. They don't have to press that hard. Again, it's that cupped shape. I could hold the tennis ball in there and then put my fingers on, and if I press really hard, so I show you where they're sitting, you can see that's quite down the finger pad a little bit. They're not inside those rings. They lie across the rings very gently. So look at those hand shapes and learn them. The top hand, about 45 degrees with a 1 o'clock thumb position. And the bottom hand comes in with my thumb ready to receive the thumb rest. Now let's talk about the thumb rest. Coming in like that, the thumb rest and my thumb, and some of you will have adjusting positions for that. The healthiest shape for your thumb is actually more in line with the first finger. But the clarinet is designed to be balanced from that thumb joint, right? If you have it up higher, it tips it that way. If you have it down lower, it tips it that way. So it's actually designed to sort of, let's see if I can do it. It's designed to balance with, at the angle you play, pretty much at this point, which is why the thumb rest goes there. So if I put my thumb in there, you can see it's down low. That's not an incredibly healthy shape for your thumb. I have a solution, and I've done it for about 50 years, 55 years. You just have to be aware that that's in a sort of hyperextension position, not incredibly healthy for your thumb. If you can play with your thumb higher up, it's healthier, but it's all about how you use this wrist joint too. So I'm a clarinetist, music researcher, did my PhD about 10 years ago into efficient practice. And you can look at my recordings on my homepage, deborahdegraaff.com, and you can look me up on LinkedIn, where I have publications of my research.